This is part two. I got interrupted, and this laptop does not have a pause button. And if it does, I don't know how the hell to operate the damn thing. Kind of glad that happened because it gave me time to regroup. Okay, so I have watched good people get really, really fracked up by drugs. And I mean, I have seen people just be defeated. And I mean, like, literally, they are devastated, they are defeated. And when you see this shit up close and personal, you learn, you know, when you see how drugs can mess somebody up and really mess up their life, you learn. And if you don't learn, it's because you choose not to learn, or because you're mentally slow and not capable of grasping the concept of this is probably something that I should not be doing. But, and there are people like that, you know, but an addiction is an addiction. And I'll be the first to tell you, it ain't cool. It's not Mary Poppins, you know. When you get on drugs, you rarely get help to get off. And most people don't get off. I'm sure you guys remember the singer Amy Winehouse and how they kept trying to get her to go to rehab, and drugs finally killed her. The drugs killed a lot of singers, and people don't want to admit it. You know, drugs took Michael Jackson, drugs took Prince, drugs probably took Elvis Presley too. But we don't know because a lot of those things are swept under the rug. When I die, it won't be from drugs. Not taken by my choice. You know, if it's forced on me or somebody slips something in my drink, you know, that's a whole different ballgame because that would be the only way that I would do drugs. I have a fear of being drugged. I have a fear of being manipulated. I have a fear that someone would drug me and do some things to me that are unquestionable. Usually that shit only happens to girls, but you never know. You just really never know. But I do have that fear. You know, I have that fear. That's why when I go to people's houses, if they offer me something to drink, I generally say no. You know, unless it's like a bottle of water, and the first thing I'll do, I kid you not, is I will check that seal, that little rim right there. I will check that shit, and if it's been manipulated, I'm like, nah, I'm good. Yeah, it's like, well, you took it. It's like, yeah, I'm good. And you know, if anything, and I hate to say this because I've done this, I'll take it and I will go to the bathroom with it in my hand. Pop the cap, pour the shit out, fill it up with tap water, and re-drink the shit. And most of the time they'll never know it because while I'm dumping it out, it'll be in the toilet so they'll think I'm pissing. And the whole time that I've finished dumping it out, I will have the sink running to put the water in there. So yeah, sorry about your water bill. But yeah, I just don't trust people. See, this is apple juice. The seal's not broken. I don't like sharing that secret. But, you know, the simple fact of the matter is, it's a whole lot easier for you to get drugged than you think. You know, which I tell people all the time. If you go somewhere and you have to leave your drink, you leave it with someone who you trust, and you tell them, don't let that shit out of your sight. But if they're going to the dance floor, carry your drink with you. You know, I don't want people to read about me and say, yeah, James Williams Jr., he had some drink and then he died. You know, one of my heroes when I used to like basketball was this kid named Len Bias. I was way younger than him. You can Google him. The first time he did drugs, he died. And that was my beginning of my journey of not doing drugs. I've had family members that do drugs. I still have family members to this day that still do drugs. Again, not putting their names out there because confessions are bad. But, you know, at that same time, you know, I have a policy in which I live by. Because I don't judge people. I don't care if you, or your mother, or your grandmother, or any of the other motherfuckers do drugs. Don't put it in my face. Don't try to pressure me into doing it. Or I won't be held responsible for my size 9 boot up your ass. I want to end this on a positive note. Okay? I want to end this on a positive note. If you have a drug problem, if you are addicted to drugs, or if someone's forcing you to do drugs, it is okay to tell someone, anyone. But it is also, more importantly, okay that you say hell no and get the hell away from that situation. Get out of that environment. Don't visit them again. Stay as far away from them as possible. If that person happens to be a family member, or if both family members are doing that, and if you are old enough to get emancipated and get the hell out of there, then you do that. If you're not old enough, then you go tell another family member that you're not feeling comfortable living at home with this person that is doing these things, and that you want to either move in with your grandmother or move in with a friend's house. Now, granted, everything I just said could possibly land the person that we are speaking of in jail for a long time, or in rehab, which hopefully they would go. But for the most part, if you're doing drugs or you're trying to get someone else to do drugs, shame on you. And there's a special place in hell for you. And when you get there, I want to watch the devil make you suffer by all the things you try to do to other people by making them do drugs. Drugs is bad. I don't give a damn who you are. Don't do drugs, and don't try to force other people to do drugs if you choose to do drugs. I'm not judging you, but I'm telling you, you don't have the right to make someone else see the world your way. You don't have the right to make someone else do drugs if they don't want to. You also don't have the right to blow that shit in anybody's face. Because if you blow it in my face and you get punched in your face, that's your fault. This is Kung Fu Habit number 2. Don't do drugs. Be seeing you.